Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming back in with the Animal Antics, which was the free kit with the Hunkydory magazine issue 81. Before I start the cards, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all the lovely support that I get out there. It does really mean a lot to me, and for all the messages that I get as well. I do enjoy reading all the messages and replying to every single one of you. So today I'm coming in with this one, Have a Wild Time. So it's got the monkey, the little lion, the zebra and the little sloth. And then the corresponding card stock with this one is the monkey in the corner there, and then the foiled card stock is this one with the leaves on. And then the inserts with the little monkey on, and then the one with the same with the flowers, and I've got two of them for some reason, but that is all good. So that is that. The inserts you have to print off the Hunkydory hub, and they're free to download, and you just print them off on your printer. So here we go, let's start. So I'm going to come in with a 6x12 card, which is mostly the cards that I tend to do majority of. So I'm just going to score that at the 6, and then give this a fold over, and then score and burnish. So that's all I need the scoreboard for at this moment. I'm just going to put that to the side. And then I need to bring in my trimmer. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to turn this into a cutaway. So all I'm going to do is put this in my trimmer this way. So one of these pieces I'm going to need to keep. So I need to cut this at the 1 inch. So it gives you that 1 inch strip. And then I need to cut off 4 so that I get the 1 inch bit for the top. And then this bit you can discard of, or you can keep it for stamping or anything like that, or a bit of scrap paper for testing your colours for scrap making, for your colouring, if you do any of the stamping with colours using your prism inks. So I'm going to take a piece of a mirror card. So I need to do my bit that's underneath, which is 2 notches under 6 by 2 notches under the 6. And the reason why I turn it upside down is so that you don't get the glare from the mirror. There's nothing worse than getting blinded by a piece of a mirror from my reflection of my light. And then for your 2 bits you need to cut 2 notches under the 1. I'll have to turn this one over because it's got a bit curled up, just to make sure. It should be, because it's cut off of that. Oops, it's cut off of that same bit. Should be alright to go there. And you need another one of these. So I'm going to have to turn this over, so I do apologise if you do get a glare from this. And sometimes with doing this you might need a bit of masking tape or low tack tape just to hold it in place while you trim it. And this tape is from Hunkydory, so I'm just going to hold that there, and then that holds it in place so it doesn't move about. And then just peel that off like so. Might need that again in a minute for when I do the mats as well. So I need this bit so I don't discard that bit. And then what I need is my cardstock. So I think I'm going to go with the monkey. And for this one I'm going to keep this side. So I'm going to go 4 notches under the 6 by 4 notches under the 6, and that's going to be going onto that piece there. And then I need the same again, so I have to go 4 notches under the 1. I need 2 of them by 4 notches under the 1. Again, that's 2 pieces of that, so I've still got a little bit left, and that is all the trimming I need to do for this one. So I'll just put them down, get your bits and pieces together, get your glues, which I use the all-purpose tacky glue. I mean the all-purpose and the tacky glue, sorry. Not all-purpose tacky glue. It's Kalau tacky and Kalau all-purpose. And this is the tacky one, the white one. The clear one is the all-purpose. Then you bring your card in, place your mats down onto that piece of cardstock. Do the same with this one, just making sure you've got the right edge that you want. And place the same, doing this. Tacky in them 4 corners. And then place that onto there, like so, and give yourself a bit of wriggle room as well so that you can move them up slightly. There we go. And then the green bits that you cut, do exactly the same. Just down the centre of that one. And the same with them in the 4 corners. Bring your card back in, place it onto there. I mean, you don't have to use glue, you can use double-sided tape if you prefer, or finger lift tape that Hunkydory do. But once you've put the tape on there, you don't have much time to manoeuvre it if it doesn't go in the right place, which was a problem that I was having when I was first started out doing card making. It wasn't going to plan for me, so I ended up changing to these glues so that you got a bit of wriggle, which makes crafting a lot easier and simplifies it really, rather than using the tape and then you stick it down and you haven't got enough, you know, of the, say for instance this bit here that I'm placing down now, you wouldn't have enough around the edges and you wouldn't be able to lift it up. Some of the tapes you can, but some of the tape, once you've pressed down and stuck that down, that is it. That tape is bonded with the cardstock already. So my personal preference is using glues, and you don't have to use Hunkydory clear glue, works just as well as this one, and their white glue also does the same job as the tacky glue. I just prefer to use the Kalau make. I do use Hunkydory as well. I do use a mixture of both. So my Hunkydory ones are in my toolbox that I take when I go to my parents when I visit them. So I've got them in there so that I can do a bit of crafting when I'm visiting my mum and my dad. So I'm just going to pull this off and then pull this out, and then when this one goes on, it's not going to work, but it will. Let me see. Haha. I know, I've got a different idea. So let's have a look. So when you go on the hub, you have these that you can print off as well. So you've got all of these are the squirrels on, and all the other different animals, and the cow, and these ones right at the very bottom. They look good, don't they? I've printed them onto thicker card. So I'm just going to have a look. I've got two of the squirrel ones for some reason. Printed both of them out. So what you could do is, and also you get these die cut ones as well. So what I'm going to do, because I've made a little bit of a boo-boo with this one, I'm going to do something totally different. So I'm still going to leave it like that, but I'm going to bring this piece of cardstock in, and I'm going to bring in, wherever I've put it now, my little monkey. There he is. So I need to cut this down, so I'm going to cut this down to like 5 inches. Where's my trimmer? Just so it's not as long as that. And let's bring in my, where did I put the frame? Because I just want to see. So if I cut it down again by another 1/4 of an inch, bring in my frame again. Okay, let's have a look now. I might have cut this wrong as well, so I might have to go back in and recut another piece. Yep, I think that's going to work. So I'm going to come in with my Hunkydory strips on this one. So I'm just going to put a strip along there, and then one right across here. And my scissors, because what I did was, I was thinking that the circle was quite a big circle, and how I should have cut them bits, how I should have cut this bit and this bit, I should have cut them so that they were 2 inches rather than 1 inch, because that's where I've mucked up the how they're going to sit on here. So I don't want to push that down too much, because I need to get this one in. And this is where I have to try and hold this in place, make sure it's straight, and then bring this down as well to make sure it sticks across that one, and that's stuck onto there. So now that's going to stand up like that. So it's giving it a little bit of support. And I was going to use the monkey one, but I've changed my mind because you're not going to see that monkey. So what I'm going to use is, I don't know if this is going to be, oops, okay, you can hear my cogs going, I think. Excuse me, got a bit of a tickle today. Let's have a look. See what I've got here. Just trying to bring in another colour, I think. So what I'm going to do is going to use this. So I need to cut this down. Let me do this so it's That's alright. Cut that down like that. And I want this bit here, I don't want the corner bit. So I'm going to cut that down. What was that size of this one now? Get my ruler. Where's my ruler? Just need to see what this is again. So it's 4 wide by 4 3/4. So 4 that way. I'm going to cut it at 4 for the time being. So it's 4 that way. So I need to take a notch off of there, or 2 notches from there. So that's that bit done. And then it was 5 3/4 that way. Let's see if I need to cut any more off. Which I do, so I don't know why I got 5 3/4. I think it's 4 3/4, wasn't it? Yeah, 4 3/4, sorry. So I'm going to do it to 4 3/4, and then I need to go a little bit more because I need to do a matten layer. That's that bit, okay. And then find my mirror, not that one, maybe this one. Oops. So I need to do it. Let's do it this way. 2 notches under the floor, and I'll turn it over just because it's got a bit bent up there. So 4 3/4. 2 notches under that is that. So now I need to take another 2 notches off of this one. And 2 notches off the other way. So that should be all the cutting I need to do now. This is one way of, you know, sorting out an error. I was thinking of what I was going to do, and then I changed my mind just before I started the video, and I was thinking, yeah, I know what I need to cut, but sometimes things do go wrong and we end up making small little mistakes, but they are easily rectified, like I've just done with this one. So now I'm just going in with my all-purpose glue on the back of this one, hopefully, when it comes out of this bottle. And then in these 4 corners. And then place that onto there. So now this will sit on just nicely onto there. And if you don't want to use your middle frame, you can take that out, like so, or if you wanted to, you could bring this one down, as long as it doesn't, you know, go over too much on that edge. You always put that, tuck it under there and do it like that, and put that one back in. You know, there's all different ways that you can be doing this sort of style card, or whatever. You could go in with patterned paper or something like that and use that underneath, so you've got double. But all I'm doing is putting this on here with this one and discarding that one for the time being. So what I need on here is a little bit of foam pad, so I'm going to use my strippy strips. I don't think there's a right or wrong, so as long as I don't go all the way around on here, because I don't need it. So that's virtually enough for there. So if I place that onto there, then that gives you a guideline of where you need to go. So you can go round it. Like so. And it's not going to get seen. That'll do. Should be enough. So how many of you watched the Hunkydory Fest this morning? I did. Although I missed some of it because I had a parcel delivered. And it was delivered to my new neighbour, so I met my new neighbour. She's lovely. Very nice. Nice to meet new people and your new neighbours. They are, you know, if they've just moved in, it's nice to be friendly and get to know them. So yeah, she's lovely. Had a little conversation for a little while. So I kind of missed the end of the Hunkydory hour this morning, so I had to watch that back. Well, that's not too much of a problem. And then obviously they've got one on, we'll have one on this afternoon. By the time you see this, probably you'll be watching this after the Hunkydory show, because my videos go out at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully I'll get this one done, and this will be going out at some point today. I always start doing my crafting and then I look at my desk and then I think to myself, gosh, I made such a mess. Bits everywhere, stuff everywhere. I'm a messy crafter really, although I do tidy up when I finish. It's just while I'm crafting. Most of you have seen my video will know that my craft room is not overly big, and some of you will have seen the amount of card making finalia that I've got. Will know how chock-a-block this room is, and I keep adding to it, which doesn't help. And I've just added to it again today, so you know, oh well, never mind. Not craft wise, I've got like a book stand that you use for like music, because I was trying to work from a magazine, and with all my stuff all over the place, I was burying my magazines or whatever, or the, you know, the layout libraries that I've been using, and I was having a job to find all my bits and pieces that I wanted, because they were sitting on top of the book or the magazine or whatever. So I bought this stand so that my magazine can sit on my stand, and then I was trying to figure out where to put it because it's quite big. but I managed to get there in the end. So I've been trying to sort out a few bits and pieces and find homes for, well, not new stuff, but just trying to shift my room around a little bit, because where I've had to put the stand, it's in a different place to where I was imagining it was going to go. But never mind, it looks good where it is and it works, so it's not too much in the way, so that's probably a good thing. Yeah, seems to be working at the moment. It's probably in the better place than where I was going to put it. So anyway, that is card number 1. Different to how I originally planned on doing it. If you wasn't happy with there, you could always use your red liner tape, but I think that's sturdy enough and it stands up pretty much on its own, so I'm quite happy with that outcome of that one, to be fair, even if I did make a mistake and cut it too short. But as I say, I rectified it and it still looks good. So if it looks good to me, the person who received it will like it. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2 and I will be back. Okay, so I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a cat flap. Okay, so what I'm going to do is open this one up, because it's easier for me to cut it this way than trying to do it when it's shut. So cut at the 2-inch mark down to the 6, and then flip it and do it again at the 2-inch, and then take it from the 6 all the way down, and you're left with a little bit of flap there. And then you take this in, trim them off, because you don't need them bits. Just left with that little bit there. Hopefully this will work. If not, I'll have to change the card and do it again, because I don't know if that's going to be strong enough to hold the topper on, but we're going to give it a go. So 2 notches under the 6 to start with. It should already be 2 notches under the 6. Let's just have a look. I'm not going to chance that bit. So 2 notches under the 2 by 2 notches under the 6 for this one, this front bit. That looks alright. I'm going to have to get another bit now. This gold mirror piece of 8x8 that keeps wanting to come out, but I'd rather keep them for when I'm using the 8x8 cards, so I tend to use these at the moment. So 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6. I do have the gold mirror mats that are 6x6, but I tend to use a lot of these A4 sheets. So for this one, I'm going to cut this down to 4 notches under the 6 by 4 notches under the 6, which is going to be that bit under there, and we're going to go in with the lion. So I'm going to swap out the sloth for the lion on this one, and then the top bit, do I want to go the same colour? That's orange, yes. Use this bit up. There's a little bit left, so that should already be 4 notches under the 6, and that should be 4 notches under the 2. Yep. So then that bit goes onto there. That's all the trimming I need to do for this one. So now we're going to go in with our glues. I think I've got a blockage. That's probably why it's not releasing glue very well, but I should give it another go. Come on. Try not to squeeze the tube of this too much, because once before I've done that I had it all over my clothes and it ruined my I think it was a pyjama top that I was wearing at the time when I was doing something in the living room last year. I was gluing something to a jar and I was using this, and the tip of it had got blocked, and I thought, oh, if I give it I tried to clear it out. I thought if I give it a little bit of a squeeze it should release. Yeah, it did release. It released the lid, and I ended up wearing the glue, which was not ideal because the top, pyjama top that I was wearing was brand new. So I was not impressed, but never mind. So I'm just putting the all-purpose glue on the back there, and the tacky glue on there. And the bottles that I use, these little bottles, are from, so the one with the all-purpose glue in, that is from Temu. Get 4 in a pack, I think, for something like £4, something like that. Maybe less than that when I brought them a long time ago now. And then the other, this one, this is the one I'm talking about. This is the one you get 4 in a pack, I think it is, or you can just order one. I can't remember, but I ordered them from Temu. They're really good for decanting your main bottle of glue into, because the big bottles are a bit hard to squeeze, and because on my hands I do have problems sometimes with getting a grip and squeezing because of this part of my hand here. It does hurt now and again because obviously I'm a butcher, so I'm doing a lot of cutting, so my wrists and my hands when holding the knife get a bit sore, and plus maybe it might be a little bit to do with that maybe the start of arthritis in there, because my nan, my mum, my auntie have all got it. Well, my nan did have it when she was alive, bless her. She's no longer with us, not been here for a while. So this is the one I'm swapping out with. I'm putting the little line in there rather than the slough, because I want to keep the slough because it's the same shape as the zebra. So I was thinking that I could take this middle frame out and I could use the slough and the zebra on the same card, and I could do a DL card that way. So now I just need to put a bit of foam around. I think these might be too big, that side, just go this side. So I just need to put a little bit. I don't think there's a right or wrong way on this one, not too much, because obviously it's only going to be sitting on that bit there. Just got to make sure I put it in the right place, obviously. So I'm just going to check to make sure that that and that are in the right place, which they are. Just peel them off. Sometimes I put tacky glue on these foam pads when I'm putting them down here, but I don't always. And before you press down on it, I would suggest you flip your card so that you can see the underside of it, so that you know whether you've got it in the right place or not. And I'm just going to use some little bits up that I've got sitting around. Just going to go, hopefully that's down the centre. Actually, the best way to do this on this type of card is to go on the actual cardstock itself, because then that way you don't go in places where it's going to get seen on your topper, because that is the last thing you want, is your foam pads to be seen from the top. That should be enough to hold them in place. Maybe just use this last little bit up on this strip. Peel them off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on. And then try and decide how he's supposed to be sitting. I think he's meant to be like that. And there we have the lion. Let's get the sentiment, which is have a rawsome day. And I don't think we've got any little buttons, no. So this is all we've got. So have a rawsome day. Get some foam pads to stick this on. Let's go back to my little off cuts that I've got left from doing some decoupage. Put you on there, let's throw you in the bin. Put you on there so you hold that little thingy in place. Come off with these back-ends. And I think that for the magazines, I think they always do like add-ons as well. I know they do a lot of add-ons for a lot of kits that come out. Sometimes I buy all the add-ons, sometimes I don't. Depends on the type of kit for me, really. So I'm just going to come in with this. It's going to go here. So have a rawsome day. So I'm going to pick out some gems. I don't think the green ones work on orange. They probably do, but to me, I don't know if I really want orange gems, green gems on orange. Those are glittery ones, rainbow ones. Let's have a look. I have 2 drawers of gems, believe it or not. The thing is, I don't think I've got any orange. I've got yellow. What would you class them ones as? Oh, they work. Oops. Simple sepia, these are. These are Hunkydory ones. I think them ones in the middle, these ones here, I think they're going to work on this one because they look kind of orangey. Put that one there. Oops. And that one there. That one on there. Oops. That one on there. Little teeny tiny one there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. And then let me see what kind of ribbons I've got now. I've got some orange ribbons. Don't want it bright. I have loads of ribbons. I can make a bow, sorry. I can make my own bows, but I brought a load, so this is a nice colour. Orange. See what I mean about the like brightish colour? Oh, well, this one. It's a bit bright, isn't it? This one's pale. I think this one works better. It's a bit bright, a bit big rather, not bright. So I'm going to put that one down there. Just going to get a glue dot. These are Hunkydory glue dots. Some people like glue dots, some people don't. I tend to like using glue dots for this because I think they help keep the thing on. I don't like gluing them. That's my personal preference. So there we have it. So that is card number 2. As I say, I have a lot of craft supplies. Just not enough time to use them all, unfortunately. But I am going to start making that, you know, decision to use what I've got soon, because they start bringing out the Christmas blockbuster and that, and I'm not buying that one this year, so you will not see me crafting with the new blockbuster unless there's a kit that I do like. Saying that, there might be a kit out of the blockbuster. I don't think I'll be buying the whole lot though, but then again, who knows, it's me after all. I'm a little undecisive sometimes, but just keep an eye out for me with any more Hunkydory deliveries over the Christmas period that they have on Hunkydory. You know me. Well, some of you know me, what I'm like on here, some of you don't, some of you are new. I swap and change my mind like the wind, so I'm not going to buy something and I do, but at the end of the day, if you like something and you see it, you may as well buy it. That's my opinion. If you've got the money and you can buy it, then buy it. If you like something, buy it. 'Cause 9 times out of 10 they won't have it if you decided you wanted to get it, and they wouldn't have it. So yeah, that's my theory, or my motto. If you like it, buy it. If you've got the money, buy it, obviously. Not if you're going to put yourself into debt. That's not something I would recommend. But yeah, so for those of you that are new to Hunkydory, please do go and have a look at the Hunkydory website. Just type in the search bar hunkydorycrafts.co.uk and it'll bring up their website. If you're not already a member and you want to be a member, just sign up with your email address and then you'll be a member, and you can order the free members gift that come out just a little while ago, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Butterfly something it was called, but it'd be on the website anyway. To be a diamond member, it's about £20 I think, and to be a magazine subscriber it is £47.99. so I'm a magazine subscriber, so I get 6 magazines a year, and I get all the the free members gift every 3 months or whatever it is when they bring it out. Plus you get this 5% discount if you're a diamond member, and I think it's 10% if you're a... No, sorry, I'll say that again. You get 5% if you're just a normal, just sign up with your email, and you get 10% if you're a diamond member. So if you do the magazine subscription, you get the diamond membership included in that, so you get the 10%. But if you just do the diamond membership, which is £20, I think, I'm not sure if it's 5% or whether it's still 10%, my brain, but anyway, have a look at it, have a look at the site, have a look at their products, and while you're on there, you have to be signed in as well to go onto the Hunkydory hub, which is where they have a lot of free downloads, a lot of inspiration on there from some of their kits, and you know, the pictures of what they've made with some of the products that they've got, which if you struggle to make cards, or you struggle for inspiration, just pop along to there and they have loads of inspiration on there. Yeah, so that is it. It's enough of me rambling. So next time I come back, I'll be coming back with the next topper from this one, which I don't know what it's called, the topper. I think it might be Your Special Day. Here's the next one, so that's the blue one. So I've done the green, I think, or the yellow, and I've done the now I've done the orange one as well. So yeah, next time, see you in the next, well, not see you because I don't show my face. You will hear me in the next video rambling on about nothing and everything. So until next time guys, take care, thanks for watching, bye for now.